What's going on, everyone? My name's CJ, and today we're going to kick off the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation franchise. Super excited to get this series started. This is actually my first video on YouTube, so I'm hoping to get some good reception. I'm hoping to give you guys something fun and exciting to watch, and hopefully this series can be ongoing. I have a lot of big plans. This is going to be a lot of episodes behind this, so your guys' support is greatly appreciated. But enough about that. Let me tell you what we're going to do here in the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation franchise. So I'm sure any Madden fan remembers back in the older series, such as 06, 07, 08, you had the ability to create a team. Now, just like many other features, great features that EA has done away with for whatever reason, the ability to create a team is also gone too. Now, when you were able to create a team before, you could choose the roster to be a cupcake roster. And essentially what that meant was it was going to be a terrible team. Low overall players. I used to love doing that when I was younger. I would play, make a franchise. I would play a franchise. I would create my team, create the logo, the stadium, and I would choose a cupcake roster. I thought it was fun to take a terrible team and build it year by year by year and see what you could make out of it. Taking a team that's 60 rated, for instance, and over the course of 3 years, getting that team to the Super Bowl or potentially winning the Super Bowl. That was fun, and unfortunately, again, just like many other great features, we're not able to do that now. But I found a way to semi-replicate that in Madden 23. So what we're going to do is take an already terrible team in the Houston Texans. The Texans are a 74 overall rated team, which is the lowest in Madden. We're going to take that team and we're going to make it exponentially worse. What we're going to do is we're going to cut players off of the Houston Texans roster until we're not able to cut anymore, until it would put us below the roster minimum. And then we are going to sign free agents, obviously at low overalls, to replace them. So if we take a look at the current Texans team here, Laramie Tunsil is their best player at 90 overall rated, and they only have 3 players that are 80 or above. Brandon Cooks, Damian Pierce, the rookie, Desmond King, the corner. So this team, you might be able to consider them already a cupcake team. But we are going to cut players from every position, again, until we reach the roster minimum, until it would put us below the roster minimum. And then we will then replace those players with available free agents. Now, we're not going to sign anybody who's high rated overall. We're not going to sign Odell Beckham. He's injured anyways. We're not going to sign T.Y. Hilton, anybody like that, because that wouldn't be any fun. We're not going to sign Max Williams. We're going to be looking at more of the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. Here's what you can compare this team to. So if you went behind your local Walmart and found an extremely large dumpster, and you took about 10 gallons of gasoline, poured it over said dumpster, pulled out your Bic lighter, and lit that thing on fire, that's what we're going to make this team today. So it should be super fun, super exciting, and, this team's going to be terrible, but it's going to be fun to rebuild them and, make some roster moves and just kind of see what we can do. So let's dive right in here, take a look at the Texans roster. We're going to start making some cuts. I don't think it'll let us cut a quarterback because, it would put us below the roster minimum. So let's take a look at halfback, Jet Anderson. We can't release injured players, unfortunately, so some of the players are going to have to remain on the Texans roster. Luckily, nobody that's really good. They don't really have anybody that's really good, but no one that's really good is injured. So let's start making some cuts at running back here. So we can release him. We can potentially release Rex Burkhead. No, we can't. Wide receiver, Brandon Cooks. Sorry, buddy. Bye-bye. You can go test out free agency. Nico Collin, the second-year man out of Michigan. Sorry, bud. You're gone. John Menchie, their rookie, is injured, so we cannot release him. Jordan Akins, it's been nice knowing you, sir. OJ Howard, goodbye. All right, so I went ahead and released some players. We have to first save this roster. It's kind of an annoying and tedious process, to be honest, but I've already done this several times. It works. So we will call this, of course, the Cupcake roster. And now we can start signing some players. File save successfully. That's good. So let's look at, obviously, quarterback. So we have Cam Newton at a 65 overall. Josh Rosen, he was in that same quarterback class as Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Obviously, his career didn't pan out. He's at a 62 overall. And we just have a lot of Brett Hundley. Wow. Former Packers legend, first ballot Hall of Famer, Brett Hundley. Bruh. The 7-year man out of UCLA. Kidding, obviously, but he did play with the Packers for a short time. Aaron Rodgers' backup. Didn't see a lot of playing time. Other than that, you know, Mike Glennon, the Giant. We know about him. Just a lot of players that, you know, you may remember. DeShone Kizer, formerly of the Cleveland Browns. We know about the Cleveland Browns quarterback carousel. Delvin Hodges, Duck Hodges. Backed up Mason Rudolph and Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh. So I think what we're going to do, we obviously need somebody who can throw the ball. We are going to play these games throughout the first year, depending on how the season goes. I may simulate some, but the goal is to, you know, play mostly every game. Even though our team's going to be terrible, we're going to want to see how they perform. We're going to want to get a look at it. Some players we might want to bring back. So the goal is to play every game. So what I think we're going to do is we are going to sign Cam Newton. Cam Newton will be, we don't want to sign him to the Packers roster. Make sure that if you do this, you select the team that you are currently editing. So we're going to select Cam Newton, the man that they once called Superman, first overall pick back in 2011 to the Carolina Panthers. We know about the 2015 MVP season. We know about the Super Bowl against the Peyton Manning-led Denver Broncos. We know about the strip sack by Von Miller that set up the Broncos to win that game. Obviously, you know, injuries throughout the 2018-2019 season kind of landslided his career, so to speak. You know, he joined the Patriots, played there for a short time. He actually led the league in rushes that year that he played for the Patriots with 12. Ultimately, they would go 7-9 that year. We know about the attempted return to Carolina. That didn't go so well. But Cam, you are going to get another shot. You're going to play for the Houston Texans. Now, I want to mention that I mentioned this is a Cupcake Relocation franchise. So we are going to relocate this team. In franchise mode, I think it's week 4 or so, you get the option to move your team. We are going to move this team. So they're going to be the Houston Texans, year 1. And then there'll be somebody else in year 2. So Cam, welcome to the Texans, soon to be somebody else. And you know, I think we're actually going to bring on Brett Hundley. I'm a huge Packers fan. I remember Brett Hundley. He didn't see the field too much, but we're going to bring him on board. So Brett, welcome to the Texans. Now moving on to running back. We have Phillip Lindsay, former Bronco. I think he's too high. Duke Johnson, former Cleveland Brown. Marlon Mack, former Indianapolis Colt. You know, we are going to need somebody we can't have our starting halfback be a, 57 overall. We got to have somebody who's at least average. Adrian Peterson, 15 years. Gosh, that seems like forever. I think we'll bring in Alex Collins. 70 overall rated as your RB1 is not good. So it's not like, he's going to lead us to the postseason or something like that. So we'll bring on Alex Collins. Just kind of looking at who else we have. Peyton Barber, Tyler Batty, Derek Gore. Now, I don't want to bring in anybody who's too good. I want our RB2 to be pretty terrible. Again, this is a Cupcake franchise. So I think Our RB2 will be Xavier Jones, 2-year man out of SMU. And we need 2 more. I'm basically just going to be replicating the Texans roster, you know, as far as how many players they have at each position. So let's see who else we got here. Rodney Anderson. We're going to go pretty far down the list here. Gareth White Jr., 92 speed, 90 acceleration. You know, if he's forced to play, this will be our RB3. If he's forced to play, at least he's fast. I don't know what his carrying looks like. Break tackles a 73. Ball carrier vision 75, not really good. Carrying 78. I mean, it's not terrible. Obviously, you'd like it to be better, but Gareth White Jr., you will be our RB3. And we need 1 more. Let's get somebody pretty terrible. Rookie Tyler Goodson. You will be our next player. Welcome to the Texans. So now we're going to go back to the roster, and the players we just signed, the positions we just signed, rather. Quarterback, obviously, we have Cam Newton, 65 overall. And we have Brett Hundley, 59 overall. So Davis Mills, you will get to resurrect your career. Actually, not resurrect, you'll get to save your career because maybe a good team will pick you up. Kyle Allen, you'll probably just be a free agent. I'm not sure if anybody will pick you up. So we have our starting quarterbacks, Cam Newton and Brett Hundley. We'll go to halfback, Dameon Pierce, the rookie. Looks like he's going to be pretty good in real life. And again, we're just saving this man's career because maybe he'll be picked up by a team that's actually good. Rex Burkhead, goodbye. Jet Anderson's actually injured. I didn't realize that, so we can't release him. All right, so now we have to release a few more players. So kind of go through the list here. I did release some already, but basically we just need to free up roster space. So Christian Kirksey, goodbye. Neville Hewitt, goodbye. Cornerback, Desmond King. This should be a good pickup for somebody. Desmond's a good corner. Steven Nelson, adios. Derek Stingley Jr., the rookie. I hope somebody good picks you up, buddy. Oh, we can't release him yet. We'll have to come back and do that. All right, so I think we've released everybody that we possibly can. Make sure we always have to save after every time we do this. Again, it's a little tedious, but it works. It's fun. So let's go ahead and get a fullback. I don't want anybody really good. Andy Janovich would be nice, but you know, the goal is not to get a 73 overall rated player. Maybe a couple. We're going to have a few players who are semi-decent, but just kind of looking at the roster here, I think we'll pick up Johnny Stanton, 3-year man out of UNLV. And again, we don't want to sign him to the Packers. We almost did that twice now, so make sure we flip it back to Texans there. Johnny Stanton, welcome aboard. I also want to bring in a kicker and a punter so we can go ahead and release those players, get them off the roster. So we have Josh Lambo, Rodrigo Blankenship. We don't want to bring those up. Cody Parkey, former Brown. Austin Seibert, another former Brown. Scroll on down the list here. I want somebody with good kick power. You know, we're probably going to be kicking a lot of field goals in this franchise. I don't see us really getting into the end zone as frequently as we would like. So show me somebody with good kick power. They can be a low rated overall. That's fine. How about Justin Rohrwasser, 2-year man out of Marshall, 92 kick power, only 70 kick accuracy though. We also have Alex Kessman, 95 kick power, but 62 kick accuracy. We're going to bring in Justin Rohrwasser, will be our kicker. Welcome to the team, Justin. As far as punter, just show me somebody who has, again, good kick power. I know we're going to be punting the ball a lot. There's no doubt about that. Cameron Dicker, 94 kick power. Tyler Newsome, 92 kick power. Johnny Townsend, 92 kick power, 60 kick accuracy. Johnny, welcome to the Texans. We're happy to have you. Now let's start looking at some wide receivers here. Of course, we're not going to re-sign Brandon Cooks, OBJ. Not going to be a part of this team. Looks like the Packers might be looking at him in real life. T.Y. Hilton, great player, but we don't want great players. We want trash players. We want sorry players. We want players that might make it off of your practice squad. John Ross, not going to bring him in. So I think we're going to go with Mohamed Sanu as our wide receiver 1. Now, I know he's a 72 overall rated player. Bear with me here. We're going to need at least one good option on the field. I mean, we can't just have 4 receivers on the field, you know, and none of them can catch a ball. That's going to make for a very long, what's already going to be a very long season. It's going to make it even longer. So we're going to take Mohamed Sanu as our wide receiver 1. 3rd round draft pick of the Bengals back in 2012. Most notably a member of the Falcons. He was part of that Super Bowl team, Super Bowl Falcon team from Super Bowl 51. Obviously, we know how that went. The Patriots overcame that 28-3 deficit. So we're going to bring in Mohamed Sanu as our wide receiver 1. And I think Dede Westbrook, a.k.a. Meek Mill. He looks like Meek Mill anyways.
This the anthem. If you rockin' with it, put your hands up. Yeah.
He'll be our wide receiver 2. This will give us a 72 rated and a 71 rated player as our primary 2 options. Now that is not good. That is not good if your 2 options as receiver are a 71 and a 70 rated player. So now we're going to kind of scroll the board a little bit. You know, we want to start getting some worse players in here. How about Cameron Batson as a 3rd option? He can be our slot guy, although 85 speed, not really a great slot option. And we just kind of scroll the board a little bit. You know, we're getting down here. There's actually a ton of receivers as free agents. So there's lots of different options, but kind of scroll down here. You know, now we're getting into the mid 60s. How about Bobo Wilson Jr., 4-year man out of Florida State. Only 5'9", 186 pounds, 86 speed, not anything great. 91 acceleration is pretty good. What's his catching? I haven't looked at anyone's catching yet. 77, not really great. And you know what? That's what we're looking for. Not really great. So Bobo Wilson, welcome to the Texans roster. How about JoJo Natson from Akron? Actually, my alma mater. I went to Akron University here in Ohio. JoJo Natson. So we have Bobo and we have JoJo. Sounds like a freaking clown show, which is probably how our season's gonna go. So we got our wide receivers. You know, I think we're gonna go back. We need to cut some more players here. So we cut our QBs already, cut our halfbacks. We can go ahead and release Troy Hairston. Actually, he was the same overall as Johnny Stanton, but we're kind of just building this team from the ground up. Wide receivers, we can't release John Mechie, unfortunately. He's the rookie out of Alabama. He's injured. But Philip Dorsett, goodbye, my friend. Tyler Johnson, been nice knowing you. Chris Moore, have fun in free agency, sir. And now we have our wide receiver core. So now we can go ahead and save our roster and go back and start signing some more awesome and amazing players. All right, looking at tight end here, we have Jared Cook, former Packer, 13-year pro. Not looking to steal anybody this high here. Jimmy Graham, Jordan Akins, who we just released, Brevin Jordan, who we just released. Ricky Seals-Jones, former member of the Cleveland Browns, played there in 2019. I think you're going to be our tight end 1, my friend. Welcome to the roster. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Let's see who else we can get here. Tight end is Jay Sternberger, Packers legend, might I add. Jeremy Sprinkle, no. We want to get a little bit lower on down here. How about rookie Chase Allen as our 2nd tight end option? The rookie out of Iowa State, 63 rated overall. Welcome to the Texans. Soon to be another team. Continuing on down here, we have, we're really getting pretty low. Pretty low on the free agent chart. How about Thaddeus Moss? 60 rated as our tight end 3. What's some of these guys pass blocking? I guess we should probably look at pass blocking and run blocking. They're not going to be catching a lot of passes. They're not going to be scoring a lot of touchdowns. So they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to block for us at least. I mean, it's just atrocious. Pass blocking, you know, we're down to the 50s here. Run blocking, 50s, 40s. It's just bad. We're going to be getting sacked a lot. Cam Newton is probably going to be injured again. Hopefully he can stay healthy. We're not going to have a lot of guys blocking for him. And we haven't even gotten to guards, tackles, offensive line yet. So, Thaddeus Moss, welcome aboard, my friend. Now we need one more tight end. Just kind of look. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back to blocking. I want to look at blocking again. I don't know why. I'm not going to want to look at blocking. I'm not going to see any blocking this year, but to at least see what it is. Yeah, man. It's just terrible. 50 pass blocking, 50 run blocking, 56 pass blocking, 55 run blocking. Just the kind of talent we're looking for on this Cupcake franchise team. So, Tamarick Hemingway, welcome aboard. All right, looking at left tackle, we're gonna have to release Laramie Tunsil. That's gonna be tough. He's currently the Texans' best player. So now I'm gonna bring in somebody who's not good. Nobody in this free agent pool is good, but we're gonna have to have someone who's at least halfway decent, because if not, I mean, we're just gonna be getting sacked every single play. We're not gonna be able to throw a pass. So let's bring in Tyrell Crosby, and let's also bring in Will Holden, 6-year man out of Vanderbilt. Now for left guard, they actually have Kenyon Green. I'm actually going to keep him. He's only like a 71 rated overall. I think he was the Texans selected him out of A&M, Texas A&M. He was a 2-time consensus All-American at Texas A&M. He actually moved from left guard to right guard. Played very well there. I think we're going to keep him on the team. So we'll just go ahead and bring in one left guard for now. Let's see. William Sherman, 60 rated. Sure, why not? Center, the Texans do have Justin Britt. He's injured, so we can't release him. So we're going to have to bring in a couple. Let's look at Lamont Gaillard, 3-year man out of Georgia. He's only a 64 rated overall. Sounds like just the type of stuff that we're looking for. And I wonder who's at the bottom. 49 rated. Yeah, I don't think so. How about Eric Magnuson, 6-year player out of Michigan, 52 rated overall. So you can kind of see what we're working with here. You can kind of see how terrible our season's going to go. We're going to bring in one right guard. I don't want anybody that good. How about Senio Kelemete, 65 rated overall? Yeah. Come on. Now we're going to go ahead and cut some more players here. So let's see. We signed Chase Allen. We signed Thaddeus Moss. We signed Tamarick Hemingway. John Weeks, long snapper. They don't recognize that in Madden, so that's why you're seeing his rating at 28. Goodbye. You can long snap for somebody else. Okay, this one's gonna sting a little bit, but Laramie Tunsil. I hope somebody picks you up, buddy. You deserve it. Charlie Heck. What the heck? Go play with another team. Now, Kenyon Green. When I was talking about him, I believe he actually switched from right guard to left guard. So we're going to keep him. He's a rookie. I believe in this game he has hidden development. So, he could be a future piece of our team. So go ahead and release Justin McCray. Center, Justin Britt. Obviously, we can't release him. He's injured. Scott Quessenberry is gone. And Jimmy Morrissey is gone. So, you know, just kind of, I want you to take a good hard look at our offensive line and just brace yourself for the pain that is going to come our way. So our highest rated overall left tackle is a 69. That's nice. Highest rated left guard is a 71. Highest rated center is a 73. He can't even play. So our highest rated center is going to be a 64. I mean, I'm already having visions of players introducing Cam Newton to the turf and saying, welcome, this is your new friend. This is your new buddy. Get used to spending a lot of time here. All right, I went ahead and released some more players. Now I believe we're looking at right guard. No, we signed Celio Kelemete, so we're good there. Right tackle, Brian Balaga, longtime Packer. Still an 82 rated overall with 12 years of experience. That's pretty good, but we're not looking for that kind of talent. We're looking for somebody more along the lines of Isaiah Wilson. Let's look at the blocking skill of some of these offensive linemen. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be pretty woeful, but I mean 70 pass block, obviously it's not good at all by any means. 67 run blocking, pretty poor. Isaiah Wilson, we'll go ahead and pick him up. And I want to get somebody pretty bad, pretty terrible. Let's just kind of look on down the board here. See who we got. How about Tommy Champion? You're never going to be a champion playing for this team, that's for sure. But I don't know. Maybe his last name can bring some type of culture to our team that we desperately need. So Tommy Champion, get ready to not be a champion. Looking at left end here, I did release a few players. Jerry Hughes was on the Texans. He's gone now. E. Ford, yeah, these players are just too good for us. How about Alex Okafor? He can be our starting left end. Again, it's a 70. I mean, you don't want a 70 rated player as your starting left end. You just don't. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of pressure. How about Breland Speaks? 4-year man out of Ole Miss. 65 rated overall. We have a spot just for you. Then how about we take the lowest rated overall player, Lyndon Johnson, not to be confused with the 36th president of the United States.
Bruh.
But he is the lowest rated left end as a free agent. He's a 56 rated overall. We need him. We just got to sign him. I mean, how could we not, right? Right in and Ndamukong Suh. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have you, but not going to. Everson Griffin. Yeah, I mean, you're just too good. Sheldon Richardson, former Cleveland Brown. How about Taco Charlton? We'll make, I mean, honestly, I just want him for the name. You know, I love tacos. I want some now. Actually, I might pause recording and go get some. But Taco Charlton will have both of our starting ends be a 70 rated overall. Again, that's terrible. I mean, you don't want that at all. How about Willie Henry? Willie Henry's actually an Ohio boy like me. He's from Cleveland, which is not too far from where I'm at. And interesting fact about Willie Henry, he's now a member of the Birmingham Stallions, which is the USFL minor league, United States Football League. Willie Henry, we're calling you back up, man. We're calling you back up to the pros. We need you. We need you to lead this team to 2-15 record. How about A. Kamara? As much as I wish that we were picking up Alvin Kamara, that will not be the case today. Instead, we will get Azure Kamara. 59 rated overall end. Go ahead and cut some more players here. We did quite a few signings, so I think we left off at, let's see, our offensive line should be set now. I mean, just look at this, guys. It's terrible. AJ Can, we did not sign him. That'll put us below their roster's minimum. Okay. Titus Howard, you're too good, man. can't have you. Austin Deculus, goodbye. I mean, I'm going to scroll through it one more time. Highest rated overall left tackle, 69. That's nice. Kenyon Green, 71. Highest rated overall left guard. Highest rated center, Lamont Galliard, 64 rated. AJ Can, I guess I can't cut him, so I mean, we're going to keep him. 74 is still not good. And then right tackle, Isaiah Wilson, 64 rated overall. It's just terrible. How about Danny Trevathan? So this is interesting. So Danny Trevathan was actually on that Broncos team that beat Cam Newton back in Super Bowl 50. So 72 rated, you know, he's a little bit better than some of the players, but let's go ahead and rejoin him with his former enemy, with the former opposition of that Super Bowl. And I think, you know, he might actually be one of the best players on our team, which is pretty sad to say. Ty Summers, a former Packer, we'll bring him on just for that reason alone. And let's kind of go down. I want to get somebody pretty terrible. How about BJ Bello, 61 rated. So that will be our middle linebacking core. We'll go Jeremiah Adeocho will be our right outside linebacker, and let's just bring let's see, Porter Gustin. Welcome aboard. All right, looking at cornerbacks here. So we have Chris Harris. Nope. AJ Boye. Obviously not. I mean, these players are way too good. Okay, now hear me out. Janoris Jenkins, 77 rated overall. Jack Rabbit Jenkins, the man taken second round draft of the St. Louis Rams back in 2012. We're gonna need one good corner. I mean, we're just gonna be burnt like toast if we don't get somebody. So we're gonna bring in Jack Rabbit Jenkins. He will be our best cornerback for sure. Nikel Roby-Coleman, no. We don't want to bring in too many good players, you know. We'll have Jenkins as our best. We're going to need somebody. And just kind of looking, Vernon Hargraves used to be a Texan, I believe. Josh Norman, wow, he's all the way down to a 72. I remember how good he was. Not the case anymore. I mean, Kevin King, Packers fans love him.
Bruh.
Brian Body Calhoun, former Brown. Troy Pride, 70 rated overall. You can be our CB2. Not going to have a lot of pride playing for this team, but how about Kadar Hallman from Ohio, Toledo? Well, played college at Toledo anyways. 3-year man. Yes, let's bring him in. All right, let's look at, give me somebody with at least good speed. I mean, we're going to be getting cooked out here. There's no doubt about it. So, I mean, just give me someone who's at least fast. Give us a chance. 96 speed, Javelin Guidry. Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? Welcome aboard. Now, to switch things up, show me who has the lowest speed. So 84 overall is the lowest speed. How about the lowest speed and the lowest overall? Channing Stribling, 56 rated corner, 3-year man out of Michigan. You are just the guy we're looking for. Come on down to the worst team in the NFL. Free safety. Now, I'm going to try to find somebody who has at least good zone. You know, obviously their overall can be bad, but safeties are primarily going to be playing zone coverage. So let's at least get someone who has decent zone coverage. Andrew Sendejo, also former Brown, 73 zone. Richard LeCounte the third, 70. Okay, yeah. Welcome aboard, Dick. We're gonna need you, buddy. We're gonna bring in Landon Collins, 77 overall rated. He is gonna be our best player. I mean, look, if your team's highest rated overall player is a 77, I mean, that's recipe for disaster. So let's make Landon Collins, strong safety, our best player. All right, let's take the lowest overall rated free safety, Elijah Holder, 58 rated overall. God, this team's gonna be such a dumpster fire, dude. It's gonna be really hard to to finish a game. Oh, this is gonna be great. I'm so looking forward to this. While we're at it, let's go ahead and take the lowest overall rated strong safety as well, Jalen Elliott. 2-year man out of Notre Dame, 56 rated overall. Let's check out his stat. Let's check out his zone coverage. I'm sure it's just absolutely atrocious, but let's check it out. 60. Yeah, is that the lowest rated zone as well? No, but it's close. 60 rated. Welcome aboard, my friend. We've been waiting for you. All right, so now we went ahead and finished signing everyone. Finished our fantasy draft. Actually, it was more like a nightmare draft. So we are going to go ahead and start this franchise. We're going to use our active roster, which is the one we just created, the Cupcake roster. And we will go ahead and start with the 67 rated Houston Texans. Easily the worst team in the league. I mean, we dropped their overall by 7 points. So we are going to start as the owner because we are going to have to relocate our team. That's very important. This is a relocation cupcake franchise. We're going to be a financial mogul, so we have lots of money. Cupcake McGee, that's going to be our owner's name. Cupcake McGee is purchasing the Houston Texans because they are just so bad and so terrible. And he's saying, you know what, fans? Have hope. Actually, don't have hope, because I'm going to snatch your team away from your city, and I'm going to move it somewhere else, and I'm going to make them better, and I'm going to win a Super Bowl in 3 years. That's what I'm sure Cupcake McGee is saying. So skill level will be all Madden. Yes. Salary cap on. Gotta turn that on. Relocation settings, normal. We're going to change that to everyone can relocate. Staff talent cost modifier. I want that to be really slow. What that means is at what rate you accumulate staff points. And I don't want to, get staff points super fast and be able to upgrade our team. So we're going to put it on slower, which will decrease the rate at which, actually it'll increase the rate of what the staff abilities cost. So
that was a tough one to say.
Everything else should be yes. Typically what I play is 10-minute quarters, accelerated clock off. We can change some of these, as we play some games, and we can see how long the games last. Everything here is going to be on manual. We can always go in and change these things, but for now, this is what we're going to keep it at. All right, I think that we are ready to start playing. Starting point, we want the preseason. Yes, we are Cupcake McGee, the financial mogul. Not sure what he did to obtain his riches, but he is the new owner of the Houston Texans. So we're going to go ahead and start. So what we're going to do is this episode, I'm not going to play the preseason games. I don't want to see our 40 rated backups play. We're going to simulate the preseason. We're going to go through a couple weeks, and we're going to start the next episode at the first official game of the season. And yes, we are going to play that game. But let me show you guys the roster here. So Landon Collins and Janoris Jackrabbit Jenkins are our two highest rated players at a 77. That is not good. Quarterback will be Superman himself, Cam Newton. Brett Hundley will be his backup. And I did add Jake Ruddock because he was the lowest rated quarterback. So there is your guys slinging the ball.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because
it's gosh, not gonna be good. And just when you think, oh well, if you can't pass the ball, run the ball, we're not gonna be able to do that either. Alex Collins, 70 rated, is our highest running back. Jet Anderson is injured, he will not play. Xavier Jones and Tyler Goodson are our running back core. Johnny Stanton's our fullback. John Mechie III, our best overall rated receiver, rookie out of Alabama. He won't play. He's injured. So Mohamed Sanu will be our number one target. Dede Meek Mill Westbrook will be our secondary option. Cameron Batson, Bobo, and JoJo will be make up the rest of our clown of a team. So Ricky Seals-Jones, our starting tight end, Chase Allen, Thaddeus Moss, and Tamarick Hemingway are our tight ends. Our offensive line, which is just going to get absolutely demolished, consists of Tyrell Crosby, Will Holden, and Martez Ivy. Left guard, Kenyon Green, William Sherman. Center, Lamont Galliard, Eric Magnuson, just absolutely god-awful. AJ McCann, right guard. Senio Kelemete. Right tackles are Isaiah Wilson, Willie Beavers, Tommy Champion. Great name, but we're not going to see too much of that here in Houston. Alex Okafor, Derek Rivers, injured, will not play. Breland Speaks and Lyndon Johnson and make up your left ends. Taco Charlton, Willie Henry, and Azure Kamara on the right side. D-tackle Danny Shelton, Trayvon Hester, DeMarcus Christmas, picked him up solely for the last name because that's amazing. And Lacal London. Left outside linebacker, we have Kevin Pierre-Louis, will not play. Jordan Evans, Quincy Roche, and Brandon King. Nobody even at a 70. Danny Trevathan, possibly one of our best players. Christian Harris will not play. Ty Summers, Packers legend, and BJ Bello make up our middle linebacking core. Cornerback, Janoris Jenkins, possibly our best player. Tavier Thomas will not play. He's injured. Troy Pride Jr., Kadar Holman, Javelin Guidry, and Channing Stribling, the lowest overall rated cornerback in the free agent pool. Free safeties are Richard LeCounte III and Elijah Holder, also the lowest rated free safety. Strong safety are other possible best player, Landon Collins, 77 overall rated, and Jalen Elliott, of course, the other lowest overall rated player in the safety class. Justin Rohrwasser is our kicker, and Johnny Townsend is our punter. Draft picks. Now, we do have 2 first-round picks, so that's going to give us a little bit of hope. Of course, we have Cleveland's from the Deshaun Watson trade. We also have Cleveland's 3rd. And we have Cleveland's 1st next year. So we are going to do a lot of scouting in this series. We're going to have to replace some talent. Kind of get a look at our scheme here. Of course, Lovie Smith is our coach. We're going to use Seattle's playbook. I like Seattle's playbook. I use that in some of my other franchises. So we are going to use Seattle's playbook. I'm very comfortable with that. And God knows, I'm going to need all the help that I can get. And then just kind of making sure our schemes match up here. We're probably going to do a 4-3. Actually, we'll probably go base 3-4. No. So 3-4 gets us at 100%. We're going to run that scheme. As far as our offense, I mean, our offense is just so terrible. Doesn't even matter. We'll go West Coast power run on that. Weekly strategy, I'm not really concerned so much with the preseason. I do want to make sure that nobody gets hurt because that's the last thing that we could ask for. So we'll do starters, half pads in the first week, and we'll do defense, half pad starters in the second week. I just want to make sure our focus players are set too. So, I mean, does it even matter? I don't think we're going to have too many of these players for the long term. I do want to keep Kenyon Green. He's hidden dev, so I want to keep him in there. I mean, we don't really have, I guess, Alex Collins. We'll make him a focus player. I mean, some of these guys are just really too old to be focus players. I guess Troy Pride can be our other one. So, all right. So, to nobody's surprise, we go 0-3 in the preseason. I have to cut a few players. I mean, this shouldn't really be too tough of a choice. We can't get rid of Tommy Champion. I mean, we need that name. We need that name. We'll go ahead and move some of these players to the practice squad. I mean, I'm not really too concerned with a lot of these players. I don't really think that that too many of them are going to be here for the foreseeable future.
Bruh.
You can't get rid of Channing Stribling. He's the lowest overall corner. No. Tamarick Hemingway is the lowest overall tight end. Tommy Champion has a name that inspires us all and will lead our team to do great things. We can't get rid of him. Lyndon Johnson has the same name as a president. We can't get rid of him either. Sorry, let me digress there. Let's go ahead and move Thad Moss to the practice squad. Who else can we move to the practice squad? We'll put Tommy Champion on the practice squad. We're not getting rid of him. And last but not least, we'll cut Brandon King. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So we go 0-3 in the preseason. So what's going to happen next episode? We're going to play our first game. That should be fun. That should be a jolly good time. So make sure you don't miss it. Couple rules here, because I don't want to go out and just, you know, cheat the CPU, make a bunch of trades, sign a bunch of free agents. We can sign a total of 2 free agents this year, and we can't, barring injury, if somebody gets injured, we have to fill a position. Of course, we can sign somebody in that situation, but we can sign a total of 2 free agents. We cannot sign any free agents until week 4. And we can make a total of 2 trades before the trade deadline. We'll have some more rules when we get to the off season. Again, look at our available salary cap, $106 million. I'm not just gonna go break the bank when it comes off season and just sign all the best players. We'll have some more rules at that time, but those are my rules going into the regular season. We have the Colts in week 1. We're going to get absolutely destroyed, but it's going to be fun. I mean, I'm looking at our grades right here on the screen. DFD for the 3 that are shown. Those are our top team needs. So, you know, we're going to get into a lot of stuff next episode. We're going to, you know, set up our draft class. We're going to start playing some games. But those are the rules. 2 free agents total this season. Can't sign any until week 4. 2 trades total. Upgrade players, yeah, let's we have a lot of upgrades. I mean, I don't really care about any of these, so we're just gonna let the CPU handle them. But yeah, guys, so I hope you love this concept. I know there wasn't a lot of action in the first episode here, but this was kind of just putting our team together, explaining to you guys how it's gonna go. We're gonna start getting into some games. We're gonna play a game next season, next episode. I'm gonna play that whole game. We're going to start actually getting in depth with the franchise, you know, checking out some storylines, things like that. So it's going to be a great time. I hope you guys love this series. I'm going to do my best to make it great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be terrible. We're going to laugh together. We're going to cry together. But damn it, we're going to keep going and we're going to persevere. And we're going to make this Cupcake team the best damn team that you've ever seen. Actually, we're probably not. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's all for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.